Hey everyone, this is George and I'm here with a new video, and this is actually a hauls video. I haven't done one in forever. This isn't stuff that I just got all at once. This is stuff that, you know, I've kind of got like maybe a few books on a weekend and just kind of added up. But there's a lot of different stuff here, and I think there's a lot of interesting finds. So if you're in the mood for a pretty huge comic book haul, well, hopefully this is going to be your cup of tea because there's a lot of books here. So the first two issues, they're duplicates. One of them I got to read and the other one I got because I just like the cover art. Nimrod's kind of like one of my favorite X-Men villains, if not my favorite X-Men villain. So when I saw this, I thought it was a really cool cover and I went ahead and got 2 copies. The next one I actually made a video about, talking about why I think it's so cool. I like the other cover art, but to me this one is the coolest because of Jim Lee drawing Batman versus Snake Eyes. And you know, if you're a fan of these characters, I think this is kind of a big deal. It was a big deal for me. This was the last copy I saw, so I was glad to get it. This next book is another one I was able to pick up at my LCS. I got the Batman versus Jim Lee, or I got the Batman versus Snake Eyes book, and then I also found this Star Wars action figure variant with Boba Fett. I just think that's cool. The next few books I think are from Half Price Books. I got Jungle Girl number 2 from Dynamite Comics. Jungle Girl number 4 from Dynamite Comics. Very cool cover. I believe these are Frank Cho, and I really like Frank Cho's artwork, so that's why I grabbed these, and they're nice cover art. This one I think is just a really cool cover, probably my favorite cover of Star-Lord. It's for Annihilation Conquest number 2, and this is a mini-series, so 2 of 6. The next book is, I think everyone's kind of talking about it just because we're kind of building toward it in the MCU, the Marvel television universe, but it's the Secret Invasion number 1. The next book I was kind of surprised to see. I've never seen it before, and it's kind of like a... If you're a horror comics fan, this is kind of the ultimate in horror as far as I know. I've read a lot of horror books, but the Cross comics are unlike anything I've read before. So when I saw this, I went ahead and picked it up. It's Crossed number 0. But all of these I think were $1 a piece, and it's Jungle Girl number 3. The next one is another really cool cover. One of my favorite Avengers villains is Ultron, and I think this cover just looks really awesome. It's Annihilation Conquest number 5 of 6. And this next book, I don't know if it's like an in-demand book or not, but I saw it and I thought it was really cool. I love the Iron Man movies. I love Robert Downey Jr. And so when I saw this, it looks like a movie cover. It looks like a movie cover edition. It's Iron Man: The Golden Avenger number 1. So I went ahead and picked that up. The next book was kind of interesting because they had a lot of Transformers books there from IDW, and I probably should have picked up more, but I just settled for this one, Transformers More Than Meets the Eye number 1. And so one of the cool things about the Half Price books I go to, this doesn't always happen, but sometimes like if they have like a bunch of books in the short boxes near the front desk, I've asked before, sometimes they say no, but this time they said yes. I was like, hey, can I look through these? And they were cool about it. They said sure. And so a lot of these books that I showed you already were books from there. And here's another one, Wolverine Old Man Logan number 69. And here's another book that I got from there. It is Tarot Witch of the Black Rose number 52. It's a really nice cover. And then here's another Wolverine book. I actually don't think I had this one before, and I don't know why, but it's a really cool cover. Wolverine Old Man Logan number 70. So this next one I thought was a pretty cool Magneto variant. It's Inhumans versus X-Men number 3. And it's a really cool Magneto variant cover. The next one is a loose book. It's Inhumans versus X-Men. This is also a variant cover, but I'm not sure who this character is. So you can let me know who that character is, or I guess I can look it up. The next book is a really cool book. I love the artwork, and I've always liked Lady Death a lot, but it's Lady Death Unholy Reunion number 2. The next one is a really cool cover. I like the classic Rogue Gambit look, so that's why I picked this one up. And I think it's a Terry Dodson cover. This is a book that I tend to pick up whenever I see it. It's especially if I can get it cheap, but it's We Stand on Guard number 1. The next one has a really nice cover that I like a lot. It's a Zatanna cover. It's a Zatanna cover, and it's Mystic You, Book 1. The next one is a really interesting book. This is a Chicago 1994 Comic-Con exclusive edition of Wetworks #1. And so for me, whenever I see Image #1 books, I tend to give them a chance, and I saw this one. I also got it for $1. It's Postal #1. Another book that I really love is kind of like homage covers, especially to X-Men Days of Future Past, because I love that storyline so much. But this is an homage cover, X-Men Blue #26. Really cool cover art. The next book is X-Force #4. I believe this is the bloody variant edition, because everyone's covered in blood and it says variant edition, so. The next one is an interesting book. They had some Godzilla books, and I kind of wish I had got them. I just grabbed a few, but this is Godzilla #13, and there's a really cool Ghidorah cover, but I love how Godzilla looks so angry there. He's like, "Arr." You know, Godzilla's about to step up and stomp on Ghidorah. The next one is a Greg Land cover. I really like Greg Land covers, especially when he draws the White Queen. I think that's my favorite rendition of the character is with Greg Land. And it is for Uncanny X-Men #534. So along with the X-Men books, they had some Star Wars books too, and this is Star Wars #9 from the first Marvel run. And they also had Star Wars #8. And they also had Star Wars #10. One of the things I try to do is check the clearance section, because you never know what you're going to find there. Sometimes you find really good stuff, sometimes you find okay stuff, but for 50 cents I didn't want to leave this there, even though I have a few copies of it. But it's the darker Image #1. And it's still polybag sealed. The other book that I found, I don't think this was in the clearance section, but it was in kind of like the undershelf area, is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers #1. I don't know if this is a second printing or if this is the second series, but I went ahead and grabbed it. It's not in the best of shape, but it is an early Power Rangers book. The next book I found is another Godzilla book, and I love how detailed this artwork is. It just looks phenomenal. That's how nice this artwork is. That's how much detail the illustrator packed into this cover. And it's for Godzilla #11. But if you look closely at Godzilla, and I'm not sure what monster that is, it reminds me of like Cthulhu. And here's another Star Wars book, Star Wars #5. So this next bag is also from Half Price Books. It's possible that I might have put stuff from my LCS in there. Sometimes I just shove everything into one bag as to not, waste bags. And so the next book that I found that I thought was really cool, I found this back when I think WandaVision was just in its peak and everyone was talking about a lot, and everything Scarlet Witch and Vision was just blowing up. And so this is Avengers: The Children's Crusade second printing variant #1. And it just looks really cool. I like the Scarlet Witch cover there. And the next one is Age of Apocalypse Secret Wars #4, and this is a really cool cover. I wish I could remember the illustrator. I think it's Joe Madureira, but I'm not 100% sure. The next one is another Age of Apocalypse book, Age of Apocalypse #1, and yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Joe Madureira. Very cool cover. And Age of Apocalypse #2, and Age of Apocalypse #3. This is the Secret Wars story. I think I mentioned that already. Loose Ends #1. I actually don't know anything about this series, but like I mentioned earlier, if I see a #1 there and it's an Image #1, I'm more than likely going to give it a chance, especially if it's like $1. But this is Loose Ends #1. Batman #48. Very cool Joker cover. Detective Comics #1023. Another very cool Joker Batman cover. House of X #1. And I'm not sure which one this is. This is either a House of X or Powers of X, but I think it's like the Mark Bagley character variant, because you can see there's tons of characters on here. I'm not sure which issue this is for, though. I didn't want to take it out of the bag and board while we're filming. The next one is a very cool Carnageized variant for Uncanny X-Men #22. And you see Emma Frost there being Carnageized. And here's another Carnageized Uncanny X-Men book. It's Uncanny X-Men #21. Some of them had books in the back. So this one's X Factor #27. This is the Messiah Complex. but on the back it has a new X-Men number 46. So some of these were essentially 2 for $1. Here's another X-Men book, X-Men number 1. This is one of the relaunches. They've relaunched so many times, I'm not sure which volume it is. Here's a really cool cover, or this is New Mutants number 11. Love the cover art. X-Men number 4. This is a really cool Vampire Wolverine cover. And here's another one of the books that were double-sided, but X-Men number 205. And then Uncanny X-Men number 493. And then here's another really cool X-Men cover, Uncanny X-Men number 525. And I believe this is a Clayton Crane cover, but man, Clayton Crane knows how to draw a horror cover. And it's X-Men Smoke and Blood number 1. It says it's a one-shot. But man, that is a terrifying cover. And then Uncanny X-Men second printing variant number 523. Very cool team cover. Uncanny X-Men number 521 for those Magneto fans out there. Wonder Woman and Justice League Dark The Witching Hour number 1. Very cool dark Wonder Woman cover. Wonder Woman number 56. Very cool Wonder Woman cover. And here's another Wonder Woman cover, Wonder Woman number 57. Here's another one of those two-sided books, but X Factor number 26. And New X-Men number 45. I love these David Finch covers. I think they're phenomenal. And here's another one of the two-sided ones, New X-Men number 44. And X Factor number 25. And here's another two-sider, Uncanny X-Men number 494, very cool David Finch cover again. And then X-Men number 206. So I thought this book was pretty interesting because at the time when Falcon and Winter Soldier was coming out, I don't recall people discussing this book, but to me it seemed kind of like a no-brainer, standout, you know, kind of, I don't know if you'd consider it a key issue or not, but I guess I thought it had that potential, and I guess now some might consider it a key issue, but it actually has Sam Wilson versus U.S. Agent. If you've watched the series, I don't want to spoil too much if you haven't, but I'll just say expect there to be conflict between these two characters. This is Sam Wilson, Captain America, number 13, and you see clearly on the cover, there's Sam Wilson, Captain America versus U.S. Agent, and it's a really cool cover. If for no other reason you got it, it's just a really cool cover, and that's also why I like it a lot. And this cover is very cool. I think this is an Arthur Adams variant cover, and Jean Grey is one of my favorite characters. It's X-Men Red Annual number 1 variant edition, and yeah, it does say Arthur Adams down there. Such a cool Phoenix cover. X-Men issue 207, very cool Finch cover. So there's still a lot to go, so if you're still with me, that's awesome, but if not, I can understand why you need a break, because man, because this is quite a few books. Okay, so the next group of books actually came from my LCS, which is Comic Relief in San Marcos, Texas. If you get a chance to, you should visit them. There's a lot of different stuff here. This isn't all from the same visit. This is, you know, different weeks, different releases, but I picked up Alien number 1. I actually did a video discussing it, and it's a very cool cover. And then this is another book. I love the cover art here. The Dragon Zord is actually my favorite of all the Zords, and the Green Ranger is pretty cool too. It's kind of a tie between Blue Ranger and Green Ranger is my favorite, but I do really like the Green Ranger a lot. And this is Mighty Morphin number 5, and it has that very cool Dragon Zord cover. The next one is a very cool book. It is Carnage Black, White, and Blood number 1. Awesome cover art though. The next one is a variant for Alien number 1. I think this is the David Finch variant. And the next one is some classic X-Men goodness. It's X-Men Legends number 1. Love this team cover. Definitely reminds me of X-Men the animated series. The next one is a really cool cover. It's Dynamite number 5. I think this is a variant cover. I also picked up X-Men number 18. This is also a very cool cover. So far, Jonathan Hickman's run on X-Men has been very hit or miss for me. There's a lot of things I love and there's a lot of things I don't like. It's kind of all over the place, but there are some books that I'm just going to pick up if it looks really cool or if it's interesting to me. And this was one of the ones I picked up, even though I'm not picking up every single book. I also picked up Two Moons number 1. I believe this is, I'm not sure if this is a second print or just a variant cover. And I also picked up The Last Ronin issue 2. I think these were all $1 a piece. I'm pretty sure I got them all from the same Half Price Books, which is the one in San Marcos. This is a variant cover for Uncanny X-Men number 1. It's a Dave Cockrum cover, and it just looks really cool. It shows the classic X-Men there. And here's a really cool White Queen cover, Uncanny X-Men number 515. Really cool. And this one's a really cool Magic cover. That's why I picked this one up. It's for Extraordinary X-Men number 19. I saw this one there. I didn't know anything about the book, but the cover art looked really cool, and He-Man's a really cool character, and that universe is really cool. So I went ahead and grabbed it, but it's Injustice versus Masters of the Universe number 6. Injustice versus Masters of the Universe number 5. Very cool Darkseid cover. Injustice versus Masters of the Universe number 4. Very cool He-Man cover. Injustice versus Masters of the Universe number 3. Injustice versus Masters of the Universe number 2. And this is a really cool He-Man versus Superman cover. Powers of X number 3 of 6. Really cool Scotty Young cover. Avengers number 21. This is a really awesome Storm cover. I really love this cover art of Storm. Elvira number 1 from Dynamite Comics. Old Lady Harley number 1. House of X number 4. Another really cool Scotty Young cover. House of X number 6. And another Scotty Young cover. Uncanny X-Men number 4. Love this Magic cover. X-Force second printing variant number 1. Really cool Bastion cover. X-Force variant edition number 6. X-Force variant edition number 5. I think this is the bloody variant because he's covered in blood. X-Force number 25. Really cool Clayton Crane cover art. X-Men Schism. This is the third printing variant. Really cool sketch cover. Or I guess just the pencils. This is Secret Empire number 4. This is a variant edition. Powers of X number 1. Powers of X number 6. Another really cool Scotty Young cover. Pumpkinhead number 1 from Dynamite Comics. I'm kind of a sucker for horror comics. Pretty Violent number 1. This is from Image Comics. Phoenix Resurrection number 1. Necrosha X number 1. Really cool Clayton Crane cover. Necrosha The Gathering number 1. This is a variant cover, I think, and it is like an homage cover, I think, to like the movie Vampires. Lando number 1. And Immortal Men number 3. They actually had a bunch of the Immortal Men books from this, I guess, volume. But I thought this one was really cool, not only because it's a Jim Lee cover, but because it had the Batman Who Laughs. And I still like the character. I think he's kind of overused a little bit, but especially when he first came out, I really liked him. So that's why I got this one. Immortal Men number 3. This next one I ordered off Amazon. I think I paid $4.99 for each copy. But it's weird because a few weeks ago I saw these same books selling for like $20+ and I didn't end up purchasing them. But I love this cover art. I think it's so cool. I'm not sure who the illustrator is. I'm not sure if it's... I think it might be the artist Werther Del Edera. But it's a really cool cover for Something is Killing the Children number 1. But it's like a reprint. It's not the first printing. It's, like I said, a reprint. But I picked up 2 copies of that. I absolutely love that cover art. And the book itself is really awesome. So these next books that I got, I did get from an online retailer. But I just don't exactly recall who it was. But the books I picked up were Spider-Woman number 1. This is a J. Scott Campbell cover. Really nice cover art. This is another really cool variant cover. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 1, but it's a Deadpool versus Venom cover. And I just thought that was really cool. The next book that I got, I just thought it was a really fun cover. I'm kind of into like holiday books, but yeah, I'm a sucker for like holiday comics. And so Spawn number 313, really cool, fun cover. I also picked up Spawn number 316. I wish I knew who this illustrator was, but it just looks like fantastic, hyper realistic. I love this cover. I also picked up Silk number 1. I actually got 2 copies of this one. Really love this cover art. And I also picked up 2 of these next comics. So I made a video, Aliens versus Marvel characters. If you haven't seen it, the variant covers that Marvel made, and I talked about how much I like the different variant covers. This one is my absolute favorite book. I tried to get it at my LCS, but they said they sold out of them, so I ended up going online to track these down. But I absolutely love these covers. Shang-Chi number 5, and this is the Aliens variant covers. Like I said, I got 2 of them. And it just looks so cool to me. I mean, yes, I know the aliens would more than likely rip him to shreds, but if there was any human being who could actually go toe-to-toe, one-on-one with the Xenomorphs, it would be Shang-Chi. He is the master of Kung Fu, and I believe he's like the greatest martial artist in the Marvel Universe, so to me, this is actually kind of accurate. Like, I see Shang-Chi fighting, you know, his last stand against a horde of Xenomorphs, and that's why I love this cover so much. It's just so cool. The next one I got is just a really nice Spider-Man cover. I'm not really following the book, I just got this one for the cover, but it's Amazing Spider-Man number 61. Really nice Spidey cover. And this next one, I absolutely love this cover. I think it's like a Gleason cover, but I also picked this one up for the cover. It's Carnage Black, White, and Blood number 1. So cool. And the next book I picked up is another, I forgot what it is called. I think it's called like the two-tone variants, but it's Captain America number 28. Very cool cap cover. This one I picked up, I actually heard a lot of buzz about. A lot of people were pretty excited about this book, but it's Colts of Dracula number 1. It's a really nice looking book. Love that cover art. And I thought this was a really cool book. This is a Lady Death book. It's the selfie edition of Lady Death, Malevolent Decimation number 1. Really cool cover. And I also got 2 of these books. I absolutely love this cover art. It's Venom versus Carnage. And this is the second printing, I guess second printing variant. I love this cover art. So cool. But yeah, I got 2 of those. And I actually ended up getting another copy of the Amazing Spider-Man with the Deadpool versus Venom. Very cool. And here's some more half-price book stuff, but this one's a little bit different. I went to, I think, Austin. I was in the area and I was able to pick these up. And this is Year Zero, number 1. I paid $2 for this one. Red Sonja, number 18. I just really like this Red Sonja cover. And this is one that I was actually surprised to see there. I'm not sure if it's like a second printing variant, but it looks a little bit different from the other one that I have. But it is Venom Lethal Protector number 6. But if you look closely, you'll see like the background of the lettering is kind of like goldish. I'm not sure if that's like a second printing. So that's why I'm thinking it might be like a second printing variant. It'd be nice if it was like an error variant, but I doubt that. I've never actually come across those in the wild. And Michael Turner is one of my favorite illustrators. I've said that before in a lot of my videos. He's passed away, so if you're not familiar with Michael Turner, you should definitely go look at his work. He was a fantastic illustrator. When I see his books, I try and pick them up. Superman Batman number 8. Very cool cover. I paid $1.50 for that one. And so this next book I paid $1.50 for, and I just love this cover art. I like that the Trinity's here, but I like that Wonder Woman's in the forefront, but it's Legends of the DC Universe number 32. Really cool cover art. And so these next books I thought were really cool. I actually really like this character in the 90s. I could never find her books though, but this is Dawn number 1. Really nice cover. I believe it's from Joseph Michael Linsner, I believe. And there's Dawn number 3. Really nice cover art. There is Dawn number 2. Whenever I find like Image books that are number 1, I try and pick them up. This is Mind the Gap number 1. I paid $1.50 for that one. The next one I got was a really cool White Queen cover. It's Uncanny X-Men number 2. And so whenever I see Mark Millar books, I try and pick them up. It's not a guarantee they're going to get made into anything special. And even if they do, we just saw Jupiter's Legacy. That one actually got canceled. I watched it. I thought it was okay. I haven't read the book. But if I see a Mark Millar book, especially in issue number 1, I'm going to try and pick them up. And this is one that I got. The Secret Service number 1. Superior issue 1. And Free Comic Book Day, Interceptor #1. This is a Donny Cates book. I've heard a lot of people kind of talking about this one, that it might be optioned or something like that. So my camera battery's actually signaling me, and it's telling me that, hey, you got a little bit of time left. So we're going to go through a lot faster on these. But Hellfire Gala, this is like a free promo book that by LCS gave me for picking this up, or for making purchases. But they gave me 2 copies of that. And then another book that I got, this one was free also, Moon Knight #1. It's like the free previews book. I actually made a video talking about one of the previews that I saw in there, or the preview images. More half-price books. This is one from San Marcos. Star Wars #1. This is the variant cover, kind of like the joking variant cover. It still has its Hastings variant thing on there. It was $5.99 originally from Hastings. Star Wars Darth Vader #1. And I think I got these for $1. Very cool book. I love Escape from New York. And so I saw this and I didn't even know it was a thing. But it's Big Trouble in Little China, Escape from New York #1. And it's a mini series. So cool. I want to read this, but at the same time I want to collect it, so I don't want to damage it. But if I can find the trade for that, I'm definitely going to pick it up. Witchblade #120. Really nice cover art. Witchblade #116. Really awesome cover art. One of my favorite comics, Fables. I hope we get like a movie or show for this. Very cool cover. Fables #16. Hunter Killer #1. This is the Dynamic Forces variant. It actually has, it's still in its original bagging and has certificate of authenticity. Giant Size X-Men #1. So I actually got these next books from the comic book shop. Giant Size X-Men #1. Really cool book. Now, actually, since I have this, I don't even care to get the original one. I mean, if it was given to me, I would get it, but I'm not going to try and buy it because I like this one so much. Women of Marvel #1 variant cover. Really cool Magic cover. She just looks crazy there, but really awesome. Batman 0 Point #1. Aliens #2. I did make a video for that. So this was the only copy of this book there, but I absolutely love this artwork, and it's for Star Wars. I'm not sure which exactly. It's the 40th anniversary covers, but it's a gorgeous cover, and I was so lucky to find it. And I paid cover price for that one. This one's some more half-price book stuff. This is X-Men Blue #8. Very cool White Queen cover. I think that's an Arthur Adams cover. Another one of those that I just gave a chance to, God is Dead #1. This is from Avatar Comics, but it's by Jonathan Hickman. Another really cool X-Men book, X-Men #23. Very nice cover art. I was surprised to find this one there. I tried to see if they had more, but they had Saga issue 13. This one I thought looked really nice. I don't know anything about it, but it's Department of Monsterology #1. This is another really cool book. I don't know if it's a variant, but it's really cool Mark Brooks cover. Extermination #4. Very cool homage cover to the classic X-Men cover. This one I have no idea about, but I just really like the cover art. This is Deviljack #1. I'm not sure who the illustrator is, but I really like that cover art. Youngblood #2. I think this is the first appearance of Prophet. Got that for like $1.25. And this one just had really nice cover art. I don't know anything about it, but it's Cinder and Nera. Really nice cover art. This next one is Artifacts #7. This is a really cool Witchblade cover, and she's actually decapitated somebody, so that's crazy. The next one is just an indie comic. I don't know anything about it, but I thought I'd give it a chance. It's Lord Knock #1. And I got The Littlest Zombie Summer Special #1. Fun cover. I think it's supposed to be like a Jaws homage cover, kind of. And then another book I found, Detective Comics Batman #3 from the New 52. And we're almost done. These are the last books. I got these at my LCS, but really cool. Carnage Black, White, and Blood #1 variant cover. Very cool. Nocterra #1. Really cool cover art. I think that's Mark Silvestri. No, that's Tony Daniel. Sorry about that. That's a Tony Daniel cover. It's really nice, though. And I picked up another copy of Nocterra #1.